Anderson, nice feed. Jackson-Davis moving beautifully without the ball. Closes out. Shot clock at 8. Jackson-Davis, a spin move and finish. Nice little fake.
Curry. Oh, Curry looking to spin around Murphy. Jackson-Davis. Enough hang time to reach the landing zone. Final spot had been Melton's, but he's out for the year. Water's been starting with this group. Jackson-Davis pumps it down.
Has gone up 93-92. Oh, steal. Jackson-Davis. Gordon behind. What a play.
And we certainly will miss Bill Walton, a great friend, obviously, to everyone here in Rip City.
Yes.
And knowing Bill as we did, more information and to get your tickets, head to rosequarter.com.
Do you like them?
I kind of do.
Why?
They're just creepy. That's all. This is just a creep show. DeAndre Ayton, boy, everybody was boo-hooing in the desert when Kamara got up out of there.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, Phoenix didn't have a problem taking one of them older players. They knew what they had. But Joe Cronin was not making any deals without two. He needs it for his fishing.
His fishing.
This is an avid fisherman. Did you ever see that big fish? Hey, good move, Trayce Jackson-Davis.
Catch and release on that one, wasting no time to get it up in the air.
Up and in. Jackson-Davis. Put it up, and you put it right down. The Jazz flat-footed in the paint. 3-second shot clock.
Yeah, the offense Jazz looks a little bit discombobulated. Jazz going to block shot there by Kessler, but.
And Curry comes out the other way. Stops, throws up a 3 short. No one blocks out, and an easy follow-up by Jackson-Davis.
Some contact back and forth between the two. Snap lob, and Trayce Jackson-Davis hammering it home.
The depth of the Warriors tested, and they answered the bell last night. Jackson-Davis put Trayce in the bucket. Brandon Ingram, an open triple. Rattled that out. Baseball pass. Trayce Jackson-Davis. Touchdown! Jeski down the lane. Hands it off. Biggest lead of the night is right now. They took their time there. And I'm going to start Lindy in the second half. And Buddy said, hey, Coach, that was a great move. It allowed me to kind of reset. And got rewarded Lindy and Trayce Jackson-Davis.
Again, ball movement, the drives, the cuts.
Here's Bub with a floater in the lane. Rebounded by Curry. Curry with a bounce pass. Jackson-Davis! Disturbing the peace in D.C. He's only made 7 threes, which tied a season low. And there's Trayce Jackson-Davis once again on the rim. Curry, high layup, misses that one. Oh, and he stayed in bounds enough to find Jackson-Davis for the flush. Draymond keeping his head up.
Now I want to see Bilal do the same thing to Steph Curry. Don't forget about that action over there. Do not lose him.
Drew, we've seen Jackson-Davis dunking a lot so far here in the first half.
Curry, by the way, just passed Charles Barkley, moving to 30th place on the all-time scoring list. Alley-oop. Jackson-Davis, says Draymond Green, with a perfect lob pass. Crowd back into it. They're a bit stunned at the end of that second quarter. Jackson-Davis again, teaming up with Green.
Good swarming defense here for the Clippers. Now late in the clock, Kuminga. Moody wraparound to Jackson-Davis. Great play late in the possession for Golden State.
Trayce Jackson just kind of pulled the string and followed right behind, too.
Tough pass from Coffey. And Jackson-Davis to the races.
And then Lindy Waters is a Native American. I mean, this is what's great about basketball, just in worldwide. There's hoopers from all over the world. Trayce Jackson-Davis is from Indiana and LA, so able to dunk that down.
Aggressive all the way around, defensively too.
Well, the Warriors in all their elite years own the third quarter, and this year's been no exception, and it begins with a Draymond. Worldwide game, it teaches you a lot of good things about teamwork, about yourself, about working hard, and about leaping and finishing if you can do that too.
That's how you exploit that switch.
As they brought in David Roddy as well as Vit Krejci. And
oh my goodness.
Speaking of cramming the Krejci right there.
Jackson-Davis turns against Wemby, was shut off, healed. The slip by Jackson-Davis. Jackson-Davis all the way with the response. Anderson. Trayce Jackson-Davis, another dunk.
Trayce Jackson-Davis.
And Thomas again. Trayce is hustling. Steph led him. And TJD, the D is for dunk.
Contest and sprint. Anderson out front. Jackson-Davis raised up. Partially blocked by SGA, but he muscled it in.
Houston isn't good either. They're 26th in field free throw percentage.
Dylan Brooks turned it over. Spencer and Kyle Anderson, pretty good D. Running the floor. That's it. Trayce Jackson-Davis. Enough of these layup things. Dunk the ball. Having games that you've let slip away. Kuminga to Pajemski. Tic-tac-toe! Trayce has the dunk.
And Kuminga making the right decisions.
That's like a little kid.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like he loves video games, plays them all the time. And then I was amazed. He's never packed his own bag.
Yeah. By LaRavia, he had everything but the bucket. Jackson-Davis dunks in transition.
Good job for Sharon. That shot probably ill-advised.
That's a hard shot.
And no one rotates to Jackson-Davis in transition. Offensive rebound in the corner by Wiggins. This is Pajemski to a curling Kuminga. Leaves it for Jackson-Davis. Climbing the ladder and giving Golden State all tied up at 90. Curry. Kuminga on the attack. No good. But the follow finish.
Made 4 threes.
Jackson-Davis got a step on Gobert and hammered it.
Trayce Jackson-Davis.
The points in the paint are much different, so that kind of shows you, like, everybody in the NBA is like, oh, we got to shoot more threes. That's offensive efficiency. No, you get more points in the paint. That can help too, like this.
TJD, speaking of points in the paint. They're hounding Steph, and that's where Draymond, the decision maker, again. 1 or 2 passes against Indiana. You said it. Appreciate all the people around the country that watch the Warriors and follow them so religiously.
Dub nations everywhere.
And they love Trayce Jackson-Davis dunks.
So this is a theme.
We always say that the rim is twice the diameter of the ball, so the hierarchy of a 2-to-1 margin. And if you dunk a lot, you get all kinds of opportunity. Steph back in, and 31 against Minnesota. He's just throwing lobs to Trayce.
That's so well executed. He set the back screen first, got a little separation off of that.
Schroeder, scoop layup. And the follow, Jackson-Davis right there. James a 3. A lot of Laker fans here, always on the road. Curry, Jackson-Davis. Hachimura, Reeves, and Christie. Schroeder, nice drive. Can't get it. Jackson-Davis able to follow it up.
Indiana, I love playing in Indiana in college. Tough pass.
Jackson-Davis all the way.
Good live bandits, you know what I mean?
Pajemski controls. Pulls up.
Oh, it's a big finish by Jackson-Davis, and now renewed life.
The Clippers have more timeouts than shots on goal here in the final frame. Pajemski finds Jackson-Davis inside. It's a 10-point game.
I think when you didn't have a point guard at all last year, and you get Tyus Jones and Monte Morris, that's a great pickup for Phoenix. The lob from Schroeder to TJD.
They need to develop that rapport and continue to develop it. You're getting your body ready to play. Warriors look like they've been okay so far. They're shooting 52% from the field, which is exciting. The whole for Warriors is you get TJD on another lob.
hit the ground running, and they haven't looked back since. Yeah, Kenny was an assistant for the French national team at the Paris Olympics, and Draymond is just throwing lobs. TJD hammering that down. They shoot better than 40% from the three-point line as a team. Reload, we'll call the pass. Air ball goes to the offense. Always. And again, and Cleveland's amazingly good. So that's a bad combo.
You got 2 days off before the next game. Go ahead and go as hard as you can as TJD is able to dunk one inside.
Shortened up the rotation, trying to find pieces to get comfortable offensively. Jackson-Davis on the feed from Wiggins. So Jackson-Davis on the receiving end this time.
Another drive. Draymond changed another shot. What a game Draymond Green is having. The Warriors with Wiggins averting the turnover. TJD.
Last time he had to pause for the boo. He was so excited about it.
So Lindy Waters moved his feet. And TJD from Kyle Anderson, who's an elite passer for a big. They run. Robinson off. Trayce with a beautiful deflection. Schroeder rewards the big man. And that's basketball. Like the energy they've shown defensively, and Buddy Hield. Another steal. Trayce running and dunking. Hammered that over Adebayo. You're going to stay in that zone forever if a team is 6 of 26. Trayce, how about that? That was beautifully done.
You saw Tyler Hero trying to guard Trayce. Just throw it up high. Who's going to get it?
Because it's working. The Warriors. There you go. That's the way to dice it up. It's just what you telestrated at halftime right there. Guys in blue jerseys are with them. Slow-mo to Trayce. Indiana on Indiana as Ware had him. Trayce, I was there before you!
Warriors to Curry inside. Ooh. Jackson-Davis, 6'9" and 250, threw it down.
See how many people were there when Cade finally got to the hoop?
Almost everybody.
That's right.
Steph Curry, topside. For another dunk to Trayce Jackson-Davis. Here's Cade, sees daylight, gets to the rim. That rolls off the rack. Schroeder way up to Santos. Bounce to Jackson-Davis for a dunk. Schroeder topside to Buddy Hield. Back to Schroeder, clock at 5. Deep to Jackson-Davis, who's going to pass it. Saw nobody between him and the hoop, and he stuffed it. Schroeder to forecourt against Sasser. Golden State, mid-post to Draymond Green. Bounce to the basket, cutting. Trayce Jackson-Davis for a dunk.
Obviously, Klay Thompson has got gone. And you also, like tonight, you don't see Draymond, and you don't see Steph as Trayce Jackson-Davis gets a bucket.
They're going to try to improve their team if something presents itself because they have Steph Curry playing as well as he is at this stage of his career.
Schroeder with the alley-oop, the slam by Jackson-Davis. Edwards, past Santos, good hands that time. Looked like it was Curry that got the deflection. This is when the Warriors were rolling early in the year, getting deflections on defense, running the floor, and scoring in transition.
Buddy Hield is the barometer, by the way, Brandon. When he has 18, the Warriors are 10-0.
That's crazy. I did see that stat the other day on Twitter, and I was like, oh, wow. Okay, Dennis, between the legs.
Ooh. Oh, Trayce Jackson-Davis.
A pick and roll, the most in the league. Ball handler and roller. They'll throw it to both of them.
They're using a lot of size on Steph, and Trayce Jackson-Davis, 2 hands this time.
Knocked down a couple of threes, did Schroeder. Tatum for 3, no. There's Payton with a rebound. And a dangerous pass. Trayce Jackson-Davis, the catch and the finish. He stayed patient.
This is one of the hottest teams in the league right now.
Curry, no. And Payton gets it back. Jackson-Davis with a hammer.
With his 38th double-double of the season. That's tops in the NBA. Wiggins, Jackson-Davis got the fortuitous bounce
to open the game.
There's a different energy to Ball's game.
Trayce Jackson-Davis. Yeah. Williams took a dive and a good no call there.
Curry goes back door, flips it up, comes up short, but Payton right there for the rebound. Jackson-Davis with the left hand.
Everybody's young.
A lot of young guys.
A lot of guards. I mean, Vooch is the oldest guy on the team. You know, so
struggled out of the gate. What they were like 12 or 2 and 12 or something to start, and you can see how they end up finishing. But
can he somehow get this Miami Heat team back into the NBA postseason? This little stick back weak side, Trayce Jackson-Davis.
Wesley right there. Healed the dish. Spencer, another dish, and Jackson-Davis elevates.
Now with the weird season they've had. And Durant may be back for that game. He's been out with an injured ankle. Trayce Jackson-Davis dunking that home.
Three comes up short. Allen lost the handle. 6 offensive rebounds for Golden State. And once again, Curry sets up Jackson-Davis.
That feel like they can win it all, especially in that Western Conference.
Oh, my goodness. Jackson-Davis.
Defensively, bringing some toughness, like his old man.
Boy, beautiful looking spin, Jackson-Davis.
Well, he was so hot he was melting teammates. Jason Kidd finally said, go back in the game. Trayce didn't catch it cleanly, but he dunked it just fine. You know he doesn't want to give it up, but he did to Lindy Waters. Trayce Jackson-Davis, another opportunity for Wiggins. And Trayce the dunk. And it was the foul, but it was Wiggins creating